Sound test. 1, 2, 3. Seems really quiet. Maybe that's just on my side. I need to close this for now. All right, anyway. Just getting the show started. Not really live yet. But if anyone's out there, let me know if you have any questions or anything RC related you want to talk about. So right now it's just me and my buddy Spike, my dog. Come here, bud. Come on over. Get up here. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. You're a good doggy, ain't you? Yeah, well, we'll start in about 5 minutes or in a couple minutes once we get some people coming in. Let me start checking out this. You know what? I have a lot of batteries to charge. Let me get those started. Boy. All right. Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm just off screen setting on my battery charger because I have a lot of batteries that I don't realize. I forgot that I haven't charged all week. So that's kind of not good. I left 4 batteries dead. I'll be right back. Got to check these batteries. I might set it up over here, maybe. No, I'm going to set it the other one. So Mayim's got home, thought Spike be there. Yeah, Spike was there until just about 3 minutes ago. I went up and got him. How's it going tonight, guys? Got a bunch of batteries here to test. Then we'll move on to something else. Spike, this might be loud. I'm sorry if it is. Yeah, this is so loud. 3.9. 3.9. That needs charged. I'd like to find my hobby one, bud. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Three sevens. All three sixes. That's pretty full. So I didn't use that one. Look up, buddy. Good boy. You're such a good doggy. All right, stacks of batteries to charge. Hey guys, not sure if there's anyone there. If you are, I am just off screen, setting some batteries up to charge. I will be right back. Hang in there for a second. Thank you. Fuck, is this? Oops, sorry, not supposed to stay there. All right. All right, so LiPo charging 4 batteries, 4S. 5 amps. Hope it stays there. Hey guys, how's it going, Rick? How's it going? All right, sounds good, Rick. I'm just setting some chargers up over here, so I'll be back in a few too. That's weird. Oh, I'm hooked up backwards. Sketch. That is so funny. That would be awkward. That would be a bad charging situation. That's still a bad charging switch. Maybe I've got a busted cable here. I'll check another. What's up, guys? Just trying to get a charger set up over here. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, guys, that was cool. I just had an issue with the charger, and we can go over that. I'm sure one of you guys will have that at some point if you've not already. Excuse me, I'm just kind of getting some stuff moved around here. So what's going on out there, guys? Let me know if you're out there, and let me know if you could. I'd really appreciate it if you let me know how the audio sounds, because I don't have a monitor here. Let me know if my voice is coming through, and let me know if this distraction is, if this television up here is a distraction. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna get back on the easy projects, the boring projects, but I still got to get them done. I think I've been gluing, gluing these tires for probably 2 episodes, and that's okay. It's kind of relaxing for me, and I'm not in a rush. It's not like I need them, obviously. Maya, I'm not sure if you're out there still, but if you are, could you tell me how that audio's coming through, and is Mark's show a distraction? I'm not sure if that's coming through on audio. Boy, this is a bad job I just did. Dude, I do kind of need some light for this one. All right, guys, we're going to full bright. Full bright. So almost all your cars are non-operational. Dude. Hey, before we start with that, Rick, does my voice come through okay? And does the I have a TV that's low quietly on up here for background. Does that come through? Is that distracting? Let me know if that's coming through. Um, okay, thank you, G. Well, if you hear them at all, it's probably distracting. Um, Rick, what did you do? How did you get your car ran over? That's So how did you get your car ran over? Did you get it like did it have a runaway in the street or uh I assume it happened in a parking lot. It got ran over by a Toyota truck, a DR10. Man, that's that could get expensive, dude. I've actually never. No, I haven't had my car ran over. I've had a controller ran over. Um, sorry, Spike, come here, bud. You guys haven't seen my buddy Spike's here with me. Um, just me and Spike hanging out tonight. We were supposed to have Kevin in the garage, but he had another obligation, and so he couldn't end up making it. But hopefully, we'll have him back sometime. So terrible angle on the street in front of the house. Oh, well, yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Hopefully I think you said in your message it wasn't too bad, maybe just front end damage. And it's still that's a bit much. Oh, the girl dropped her. Um, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Rick. That stinks. Why today would have been a nice day if we could add Rick up here as well. I know we were talking about it a week or so ago, but never got around to it. I did think Kevin was going to be here, but that's cool. I am here with my buddy Spike, my dog. Right now I'm gluing tires, and I have some batteries charging over here. I have a bunch of batteries. That's going to take probably all night. Um, I have these mini tires to do. I have a little tiny charger I bought for about $26 off of Amazon for my friend. He needed something for his cars. It was their Amazon cars, but they're little 2S batteries. So that's what we're going to try. We'll take a look at that probably later. And oh, I have a clutch. I loaned a clutch to Pirate Mike last week, and so I'm short one right now. So I got to rebuild a slipper. 3 feet from curb, and truck came around the corner when you're distracted, dude. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I never had that happen to mine. I've driven in the street plenty. I've probably hit stuff, hit other parked cars. Maybe I don't remember that for sure. But once I was out with the Pirate, and we were in a big gravel lot, parking lot, and I put my controller down on the ground, which is not a great idea. But I put it kind of up on the side of the lot. There was a gravel. It was like hilly on the side. The parking lot was all smooth, and then there was mountains. Well, one of the guys there had an off-road like dune buggy he was driving, so he was driving on the side of it, where a normal car wouldn't, and I didn't think about it. So yeah, I got ran over, but it's not a big deal. The guy was uh, really nice. He actually paid for it, I think. Gave me some money, probably enough to replace it. So no big deal. That happens. What? Just the front shock tower, brace, and rear tie rod. The body popped back into shape. What is the chassis on that, Rick? I forget. Is the chassis? Is it composite? Is it a composite plastic or is it metal? Because if I'm wondering, do you think the chassis took any tweaking? If it's composite, probably not. If it's metal, who knows? You would know. I mean, I don't know, but if it's metal, there's always a chance. But I don't remember on that DR associated DR drag car. I can't remember. I think I might have asked you already once. I have a bad memory with some stuff. Yeah. So do you have, what kind of chassis on that? Oh, composite. It's probably fine. Those things can flex and bounce back quite often, really well. Um, if it was some sort of a metal chassis, it's not. It's gonna, could have very well been tweaked and been tweaked for good. We have a lot of guys that race the um, Arma Limitlesses, and once you hit a curb, it's so hard to get the cars to be straight again. Uh, and it's very important for theirs to be straight. If they're going to track a hard track straight on a hard acceleration. Yeah, that sucks. Small crack, dude. It happens. It happens. I see. We got guys coming in pretty often that's got similar stories, so it happens. I really haven't been following my own method of gluing these tires. I've gotten in a rush where I just hit the corners and then keep going in. But I mean, I've been working on these for 2 shows. We originally had what? See, you had many near misses, but never ran over. It was a first for you, dude. You got to quit going in the street if you've had that many. If you've had many near misses, because that's, oh boy. Next time it could be the whole damn car smashed. What is anyone got going with their RCs? Anybody got any repairs they're going on tonight? I think the Pirate actually is working on his RCs tonight. He had been building his Associated Nomad. He kind of stripped that down to build an Associated RC8 buggy, and I think that's what he was going to plan on work tonight. I forgot to tell him we were having a show, so I'm not sure if he's tuned in or not. And once the show starts, there's no contacting anybody. Yeah, let's check out this IMAX charger. Who's ever bought a charger off of Amazon? I actually, oh, yeah, and I actually was trying to charge my batteries a little bit ago, and I have an old 4-bank charger, which one of them no longer works, so it's a 3-bank. I put 3 batteries on, one of them wouldn't charge. It kept saying cell error. I knew the battery was probably pretty good, and probably good, so I assumed this was bad. I have a handful of these. You can get them pretty cheap on Amazon or at your local hobby shop. It's nice to have them around because these connections will go bad. And it was reading, a 4-cell was reading as a 1-cell, so it wouldn't work. So yeah, have some of these connectors, balance boards, if that's the style of charger you've got. The Traxxas chargers will not have that. Spectrum chargers won't have that for the most part. So this is, Rick has got something. He got the HTRC dual charger. Dude, I think I saw that one today. The single, I think, is around $55 on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. It looks pretty good. It looks very similar to the Ultra Power, the UP200 or UP100 or UP200s. So, yeah, they might be a good value at time. They certainly can, because chargers can be very expensive. This charger was not very expensive. It's the IMAX B6. It's a LiPo balance charger. It shows it's an 80-watt charger. Let's see what the specs on this are. LiPo, lithium ion, and lithium Li-Fi batteries, 1 to 6 cell, and nickel cadmium, nickel metal, 1 to 15, lead acid, 2 to 20 volt. The charge rate's 0.1 up to 6 amps, so 6 amps is pretty fast for most things. It's not huge, but it's more than adequate for most. and it also discharges at 0.1 to 2 amps. If you could, guys, so yeah, that makes sense, Rick, if it's 90 bucks, because the one I was talking about, I think, was the HTRC single charger, and it'd be about half the price. So that's a great deal. Yeah, good deal, and it's still working. So this little charger, now that I'm looking at it, I've actually seen these before. We've had customers come in the shop and ask, I think about a month ago, somebody came in and asked me how to use it. Does it have, what does this have? Okay, so here's the charger. Very cool. You know, this is fun. I've actually never messed with this. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh man. So it needs a power supply. What a bummer. So I do have a power supply over there. I'll click it in. But man, that's not going to work very well for my bud. I'm going to have to get a cable for this. Well, it's not going to take it. It's only is this only a AC? I'm sorry, only a DC. If that's the case, man, it's not going to work for him. Oh, you can get the AC adapter separate. So I guess I'll be getting that. Great. Okay. So it actually looks decent, and it'll charge the 1 to 6 cells. I'll go ahead and I have a battery here. I'm going to plug a battery up to it real quick. We'll just click this in. All right, guys. So I just happened to, yeah, charging 4 batteries at once is great, Rick. I used to be able to. Now I can charge 3 at once. And I should get a new charger, truthfully. My charger is well over a decade old at this point. 1 to 10 amp LiPo. Oh, that's pretty good. That's good on 10 amps. Great. So yeah, I'm just going to plug it up to a battery, and I'm going to go ahead and charge one of the batteries. These are the batteries I specifically bought this for. If it was something I was buying, I would not buy this. It's just not big enough for my needs. But for somebody that has Amazon cars for their kids, they do come with little 2S LiPo batteries. So that's what we're going to try to use this on. I didn't realize it was the version that didn't come with the adapter, so I'm just going to hook it up real quick to a spare motorcycle battery I happen to have laying in the garage. And I'll just plug it up and see how that works. How are you guys doing? It's good to have you here. We are in the JBRC garage. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we don't spark up a fire. Wouldn't probably be the first time. Negative positives. All right, there's a beep. LiPo charge, 1.5 amps, 7.4 volts. Actually pretty cool. It's working. It's better than some stuff I've seen from Amazon. Let's see how this works. What do we have as far as adapters here? That's all we need. We also could adapt it. So it has a basically a banana plug or bullet plugs straight into the charger. The Deans coming out of it, and that's great because that's what we'll be charging is Deans. If you don't have Deans, it comes with adapters for a Deans to what looks like a small receiver pack maybe, or I'm not sure which that red one is. I'm not sure what that's for either. That is a weird looking. Anyone know what this charger's for? I've never seen that. A Deans to alligator clip so we can just clip onto something. Oh, and there's the Deans to receiver. I might keep that for myself. I might keep all of those. I don't think he's going to need those. Let's hook this up. Negative positives. It does say it'll charge up to 4S battery. There's separate ports. So a lot of chargers now, instead of having this lead come off that you have to plug your battery into, now these are incorporated into the charger. So there's less likelihood of this cable being damaged. And that's how it's done on this one. So that's good. One thing I don't really like about it's not really Dean's. It's the situation on. I've seen a customer plug up their battery. I didn't see it. I saw the aftermath or heard about it, and the battery I think fell off the table, and when it did, it jerked these two out. And you got to remember, if there's a battery hooked here, and you start touching these together, it's sparking, and it caught a fire, and it burnt them quite badly. So be careful doing that stuff, guys. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to leave this here as charging because I don't really want it to be in the way. But I want to see how it works. LiPo charge 1.5 amps. This is an 1800 milliamp, so let's go to 18. 1.8 amps on 2S. But it does go 3, 4, 5, or 6. Conceivably, it will charge a 6S. Give it a shot maybe sometime. Let me see. Does it have a so LiPo battery, LiPo charge, LiPo balance, LiPo fast charge? Okay. Let's just do a LiPo balance. LiPo battery. On LiPo balance, it will only go up to it'll charge a 1.8 as well. I said that's 2-cell. Let's see that. I'll see if that works. Battery check. Confirm. Perfect. Love it. All right, guys. Well, that's a bummer that it didn't come with the adapter. I don't know if I'm going to return this like everyone else does to Amazon and just say it's defective and have them ship me the one with the adapter, or if I'm going to buy the adapter. Because I think this was like $5 cheaper, and that's probably why it didn't have the adapter. Anyway, not a big deal. We can handle that. Yeah, it's actually charging. I can see it was up at 4.15 and 4.16, and now we're at 4.20 and 4.197. It's actually working really well. As a small charger, it may suit the bill, considering if I was want to lug my charger around, it's like this damn big. All right, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and stop this. Happy with that. All right. How about any of you guys, how was your weeks? How was your week? It was another good week here as far as we got rain, but that's kind of excessive. It seems like the rain never stops around here. So today was pretty, I got slammed to the ground today. Today was a tough day. I'm going to be sore tomorrow, and tomorrow is a long day too, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I was over at the Redondo Lagoon setting up volleyball nets, but we have to put the posts in the ground. There was no posts, and man, the auger caught and threw me right over my. I literally did a flip and landed on my back. It was tough. It was tough, dude. Could have been the end of me. That could have been the end. Yeah, that'd have been a scene. It wasn't though. All right, guys, it's about what is it? 8:53 here in the RC garage. Currently looking about 70 degrees, so it is warming up a little bit. Not sure how long I'm going to continue to do these shows. Hey, Danny, how's it going, friend? Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. That's my friend Danny from overseas. It's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. How are you doing? Hope your weeks went well. So yeah, I was I don't know. I had a situation where I was it's a two-person. There's a Honda motor on top. It's a Honda motor, and it's an auger. The auger's about, I don't know, 9 inches, I think, 6, 7 inches, and we were having to put holes about 3 feet in the sand to put um, posts to do volleyball nets. So we're having a beach volleyball tournament tomorrow. I was helping him set it up, and this thing is pretty big. It probably weighs 100 pounds or whatever. Two people hold it, and as it was going down, it got about most of the way. It was about a foot from the ground, a foot and a half, and it caught and man, threw me head over heels on my back. It was a mess. Thought I was gonna break. I thought I broke my wrist or my shoulder, but I'm just sore. Yeah, Danny, I saw some pictures and videos from the beach bash, and it looked like a damn good time. Um, yeah, man, awesome. That was cool. I was glad to see it. Very cool. I was jealous because I think that you guys probably had better weather over there than we did over here. But I'm glad the Notorious didn't break. My Notorious has been really sturdy as well, actually. They're good trucks. I'll be honest, they are good trucks. They take a beating. Most of the Armas take a beating, but the Notorious is like a little brick of a truck, and it really seems to take a beating. What was it, Danny, that you were out there with? I think your buddy had like a big. Did he have like a Losi XL or something? You got a clip using my Pal's 30. Awesome. Yeah, that's what it was. So I don't know if it was it wasn't a Losi XL, but was it a Losi Baja 5 or something? Maybe the Baja 5 is a the 5T, because that's a nitro car, and your buddy might have a big 50cc engine in that. The Baja 5T in a 30-degree north 8 8S Creighton 8S. Is that what it is? K8S. I'm not sure if I seen the any 8S Creighton, if there was one at the beach bash. I may not have seen it, or if I did, I mean, I drink and smoke a lot, so maybe I just forgot as well. Yeah, man, that's cool. Very cool. I'm just in the garage tonight. I was supposed to have a friend here, but he wasn't able to make it. So it's just me and my dog Spike, and I have batteries that I had forgotten to charge all week. Luckily, they didn't get too low, so they're sitting over there, and I'm charging them right now. I just glued some tires. I checked out my buddy's charger, which unfortunately we're going to have to get an adapter for. And what's next? Oh, I'm going to do a slipper clutch on the Creighton while we're chilling out. Hope you guys are doing good. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, guys, thanks for joining in. Always a pleasure to have you guys in and chat it up. It's really a lot more fun when you guys are chatting the show, because then we can tailor it around what you guys want to talk about, not what I want to talk about. So if you got something to talk about, like Danny, who went out and did some awesome beach bashing last week, let's hear about it. And if you want to see these pictures from Danny's beach bash, go to his Instagram, RC Blazer. I don't remember if there's an underscore or not, or maybe it's RC period Blazer, but you'll find RC Blazer. And Danny's got a good question. What's my opinion for best shocks on the 6S Notorious? And while we're talking Notorious, I'm going to get my Notorious out. I like that truck. It's a fun truck. All right, boys, there's the Notorious. All right, Danny, rc.blazer. Go find him on Instagram. Follow him. He's got some cool stuff going on. Cool dude, RCing from overseas, over in England. So very cool. This is my Notorious. We'll get to Danny's question about shocks. I'll give you a little rundown. If you don't know about the Notorious, it is one of Arrma's 6S line. The Notorious and the Outcast are the short version of the Creighton, and it's kind of a stunt truck. It's marketed as a stunt truck because it's very easy to wheelie, a short wheelbase. Will wheelie up easy, but it's also pretty easy to flip. So as Danny knows, they're also pretty damn strong. We don't see these busted up all that often. Mine actually is pretty big. Danny calls it a beast. Thank you, bud. She is a beast. She's the big bright beast. This one sets tall because I have some bigger Proline trenchers on it. Let me show you what the stock. So this is the Creighton tire, but this would be the stock Creighton tire, and it's not a whole lot smaller, but it is a little bit smaller than the trenchers, so it sets up taller. And I had to gear it accordingly. I think I only have a 12, maybe a 12 tooth in it. I don't recall. I started pretty low because I didn't really care for the top speed. I just wanted it to be torquey enough to do wheelies and flips, and it sure does. So when I got this car, it was an absolute pile of garbage. But I replaced almost like every piece. And it was actually a pile of garbage. It was just spare parts that we had thrown together. I don't know if it was a real car ever. So I painted a new body. If you guys know me, I like bright colors so I can see them really well. So I went with, I think, a camel yellow and pearl, and it came out okay. I didn't put any blue trim on it, which I often do, but I wanted to go more mellow for this one. So and underneath, it's a well, basically it's just a Notorious. It's got the EXB shock tower, EXB braces. It has some 3D RC printed wing mount on the back, EXB brace in the back. It has, I think it has the non-EXB front arms. It still has version 5 arms or non-EXB. When those wear, I will probably replace them with RPM arms. The rears, I believe, they are the EXBs. This has a regular chassis. And this truck really has never been an issue. It just doesn't do anything wrong. It just works. It's not... Oh, and it doesn't have anything expensive in electronics, I recall now. So this thing was the electronics, there was no electronics, and I was trying to go cheap on this because I was thinking I might sell it, and I actually liked it, so I didn't sell it. I got a Spectrum 6S ESC, I think from maybe Jenny RC. Cheap Amazon servo, which I'm surprised hasn't blown out yet, and I forget which, it was one of the Amazon motors, maybe a Surpass Hobby Amazon motor. It was like a $55, something like that. It was not an expensive motor. I kind of like going through blowing up motors from time to time, so we'll see how that goes. But this car has been really good. I like this car. Fun to drive. Pulls wheelies so easy. I like the way my motors sound. They got heavy magnets. But yeah, this was a fun one. I don't know what shocks, to be honest, though. Danny, I run stock shocks, and these have 100 weight Losi oil. I know that you put like a really thick oil. I forget what it was, but I remember you saying something about it. Maybe was it even a lightweight diff fluid or something? Will the Max 6 ESC be okay on a Max 8 motor? I think so. Yeah. Um, are you gonna run like what do you plan to run a 6S or do you plan what do you plan to run? Oh, 1200. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see what that's like. I don't have any problem with these Arma shocks as long as they're pretty new. Not necessarily new, but just tight still. If the bushings start wearing out and then your shock shaft is like getting loose, they feel shitty. They get like really sloppy. But for the price that you can, at least here in the States, we can get them um, purchased new but taken off of a car for like 25 bucks for the front, 25 for the rear. So for $50, I don't think there's any better. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if I haven't seen any Proline. I don't know if Proline is making these for 6S Armas right now. They have some nice ones, some dual spring Prolines that could be nice, but I'm not sure if they're even available for these right now. Yeah, on 6S, I don't see why that would be a problem. The Max 6 ESC on a Max 8 motor. So are you saying like the 2200 kV motor, Danny? I think the Max 8's often paired with the 2200 kV. Um, yeah, so the 2200. I don't see why that wouldn't be an issue. You'd just be using a ESC capable of more, but you wouldn't be stressing it. Motors aren't rated really for 6S, 4S, 8S. They're more rated for like an RPM, I think, or a rating. So sometimes you can even just run a bigger. You could probably run it on 8S and get away with it for a while. It's not like an ESC where if you do it opposite, it's going to blow the ESC immediately. Yeah, do that. That would be fine. So you say you've had no issues with the piston snapping or bending since putting the carbon fiber extender. Is that carbon fiber extender? Is that what you're talking about? Is that these pieces in here, which I think I saw you were bolting up some carbon fiber, basically where the steering arms hook up to the front hubs? Piston snapping or bending. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I actually wish I had the Hobbywing 2200 in this. Um, if you were to ask me, that's one of the best basher setups for sure. And even quite a few guys that are doing budget racing use it. A Hobbywing Max 8 and a 20 paired with their 2200 kV is a scorcher. It's not censored, and that's the only maybe the only drawback for people that want a censored. No, this top of my rear shock tower. Oh yeah, you've got a carbon fiber one on there. I saw that. I forgot, dude. Man, I tell you, my memory's bad. I saw that. That looks trick. Very cool. Um, where did you pick that up? I see you also have. Do you also have the carbon fiber center brace? Is that a Basher Queen setup? Let me know. I'm pretty sure you had the center brace as well. It was about a week or so ago. I checked out the Instagram and saw that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's about 9:07 here in the RC garage. About 69 degrees. I was supposed to be here with my buddy Kevin, but he was unable to make it. I almost canceled the show, but I didn't because I actually like hanging out with you guys. So even if it's just a couple of us or a bunch of us, it's a fun time. Yeah, the Max 8 on the Serpent Truggy works awesome. I love the Max 8. I love the Hobbywing setups. or you guys probably know if you've talked or heard me before, I have Hobby Wing uh, censored setups in my 8th scale buggy and truggy. I used to run the Hobby Wing also in my 10 scale buggy as well. Now, Hobby Wing 10 scale buggy stuff's either old or in the TTO2. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for hanging with us still. If we do have a signal drop, check back on my page within a few minutes. I'm going to start another live stream. I hope we don't. It's been going good so far. Let me know. It does look like it's buffering a little on my end, so let me know if that is the case. If you guys could give this a thumbs up and make sure to like and subscribe, it really does help and make a difference. You made them from a piece of carbon. The center braces Basher Queen one he got off of eBay. Dude, that's awesome, dude. I didn't know you made that. That's freaking badass. You guys got to go and check his stuff out over at rc.blazer. Yeah, that's pretty trick. You ought to think about maybe you ever want to get into selling that stuff, Danny? Yes, sir, Rick. The Dodgers did play last night. It was their opening from at home, their home opener, and they won, I believe, 8-2 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. I was not there. And yeah, them steering links I made. Oh, I didn't realize you made the steering links. Dude, that's really badass. That is so trick. I had no idea. I didn't know you were making them. That's awesome. I've never worked with carbon fiber whatsoever, other than bolting it on. I've never worked with carbon fiber. I actually had a guy come in a couple weeks ago and said he had some carbon fiber plates, and he was wanting to know if I knew how to cut them, because the company that made the carbon fiber battery boxes, I think maybe with battery boxes or just lower plates on a Limitless or a Habao, was back ordered. I said, I don't know. I don't know of anything about cutting that stuff. Sorry. I'm gonna make you a set, bro. That would be tops, dude. I would be proud to give them a run and put them on, share them with the viewers and put them on the show. That would be amazing. If you want to do that, let me know, and I'll get you my address. I'll be more than happy to pay for any cost of materials or shipping, and we could do that. That would be great. And you had said something about doing a joint live stream a week ago. That's another thing I want to do. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to do that, so let's talk and do that too. But we could definitely do a joint live stream. That will be fun. Gonna make a set, bro. No, that would be awesome. Rick says, did they have a fighter jet fly over? Saw some jets on. Rick, I wasn't there. I don't know if it came across as I was there. I know I said I was not there. Though they might have. Makes sense that they might have. They did have a couple special people show up, I think, to throw out the, to do the start the season, do first pitch. So very likely they did. Notorious. And Danny asks, I'll make a set for the Notorious, and do I still have the Creighton 6S? Dude, I ain't never getting rid of that Creighton. I know you didn't like yours. Not everything is for everybody. I love my Creighton. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I got the Creighton still for sure. She is sitting right behind me. Might bust that guy out in a second. That Creighton has some hours on it. Let me tell you. I think I'm on maybe only the second chassis, but it's oh boy. Second or third set of arms, second or third set of bearings, second or third motor, second or third ESC. Only one set of hot racing front caster blocks or front hubs. Yeah, that car has been beat up for years. I've had that for probably 3 years, and I've driven that hard all the time. 2 sets coming from overseas and an extender. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to have a cheers to that one. Thank you, my friend. I'm gonna have a shot for Danny's kind generosity. Thank you much, my friend. I can't wait to see those. We're gonna install them live on the show. Thank you. All right, first shot of the night. Johnny Walker Black. Okay. Hey, Danny, do you also do YouTube videos or just stuff on Instagram? Or do you do TikTok or anything else, Facebook, any of that? Or is it just the Instagram? And I'm going to turn off this harsh light right here. Hopefully that's no big deal. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that light. I'm just looking at that. I think that's better. It's a little bit, the other light was too much on me. I'm actually going to go and try to turn the other one off. Let's see if that's too much. If not, it is about an hour into our show right now. It's actually 9:15. We started at 8:15. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are really cool. We have a lot of fun here every week, just talking RCs, and it's because of you. It's because of the chat. You guys talking about what projects you've got going, and asking questions. And it's sometimes our guests as well can be fun, but we don't have any guests today. So thanks for tuning in to the JBRC Garage. I was just talking to my buddy Danny from overseas. His Instagram is rc.blazer. So if you aren't following him, you should. He's got some really cool stuff. I just found out he's actually working with carbon fiber and making his own stuff. I didn't realize that. I thought he was just bolting it on like most people do. So very cool. Check that out. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. We were just talking Notorious. This was fun, though. I just sat and we started with I could probably build another Notorious. No, here, this is how bad it was. Do you guys remember the version 1 or version 2 Armas? And they did not have adjustable motor mount unless you had it in your hand. You had to adjust it in your hand and then install the motor mount and center differential all as one piece. That's what this was. This was a version 1 or version 2 style truck, or maybe just version 1 for the Notorious or Outcast. But anyway, yeah, it was fun to build. I ordered new parts from Jenny RC, some parts from the shop, and then my buddy Kevin gave me this 3D RC wing mount, which I really didn't think would work for shit. But I've never broken the screws. If anybody has got any Creighton 6S or Notorious or Outcast 6S and you land on the back hard, you're gonna rip the screws out of the wing mount. The wing mount screws, you basically break them out of the diff and shock tower. I've done it so many times on my Creighton. Never did it on this because I put this on right away, but it actually works. I think it's from 3D RC. I don't know the company. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but check that out. It literally works. I don't like aluminum here. I know it looks good, but if you guys put aluminum there, be ready for it to bend and just stay up. Like I've seen aluminum wings end up like this, and it's done. My man, Danny. So you got the 3D RC wing mount also? Is it this same style right here? I think it is the same company because this is pretty damn sure this is 3D RC. Look at that. Look at that. That's funny. I think you've got the same one. Yeah, it's not I'm surprised it's worked as well as it would. To me it seemed like it was way too soft. When I first put it on, I was like, this thing's going to get shredded. It's going to get ripped off. I've landed this car so badly. And if you guys want to know how badly, go and look at the old YouTube videos from a couple months ago. I landed, what happened? Oh, the battery went dead. So I hit this dune and probably did about a 60 or 70 foot jump maybe. But the battery went dead. So it nosedived off the jump and it landed like this. And when it landed upside down, it, well, I went to get it and I felt something shaking around and it broke the battery box out of it. If you guys know Armas, they're connected to the battery box like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 8 or 9 screws. And it ripped the battery box out because it landed upside down so hard. But that was just one of many hard crashes I've done with this car. And it's a stud. I have spare battery boxes. I had so we just slapped that in. But no, this is cool. That's cool, Danny. I wish I had your electronics in this. This is a stud of a truck, but the electronics are pretty basic. But yeah, this is a stud of a truck. I like it. Hopefully you can get out here, or I'll get to England someday and we'll do some I wonder if they'd let me fly with this. Maybe if not, I just ship it. All right, I'm gonna take the Notorious down for a bit. All right, so guys, hope you're having a great night. I'm gonna start with this. Got a Creighton. This is my 4S Creighton slipper clutch. No, you know what? Let me get that 4S Creighton. I don't want to take this apart yet. I'm going to save this for when I have more light. So I just turn the light off. I don't want to do the project here in the dark. I might get my Creighton out anyway. So, what do you guys got going on tomorrow? I actually have a volleyball class. In the morning, I play beach volleyball here in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun. And then we have a beach volleyball. So that class is about from 9 till 11:30 tomorrow. Around 11:30, a tournament and a alcohol, spirits. So it's going to be beer, wine, and liquor. I think there's 20 vendors that set up and are giving tasting. So it's pretty much all you can drink. So if you guys are drinkers, it's the place to be. If you're looking for tickets, go to smackfestevents.com. That's smackfestevents.com. And yeah, you buy a ticket and you get in, and it's fun. The volleyball tournament's already sold out, but there's still tickets for the all you can drink, and there'll be food vendors as well, live DJs. So I don't know how I'm gonna make it through tomorrow. I started early today, and I went to I helped the guy with the tournament set up, and yeah, the auger that we were putting holes in the ground in the sand actually caught and threw me like head over heels, and thought I really hurt myself for a moment, but I was lucky. Anyway, hope you guys have some cool plans for this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to RC. I did go and drive last week with the Pirate. We took the Techno buggy out. Oh, I got something new. I got a Techno wing this week. I got one in black. So when I do my buggy, I've got the chrome and black body I'm going to do for when I set it up with the Hoons wheels. So it'll kind of be an on-road buggy. Black Hoons, black wing, chrome and black body. I think the car will look pretty trick. I wanted to have it painted for you guys already and put it on this week, but it's not going to happen today. For sure next Friday. I'll have it done. I just didn't have a chance to do it. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you could give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And it's a lot of fun because you guys with the chat. So let us know, man. Anything you want to talk about RC related, let's hear it. Danny was asking if I still had my 6S crate, and I do. Here it is. Yeah, I love Creighton's. I just do. I guess Danny's he had more problems with it breaking than is notorious, so he got rid of it. But to me, the Creighton is great. I have a lot of fun with this. Oh, wow. You can tell it's mainly a jumper by look how far down those front springs are cranked. That's really too hard. You know what? Now that winter is over and the sand dune is gone and I can't big air this anymore for a while, I might actually pull it apart and give it an after winter refresh, because this takes a beating during the winter with all the salt water at the beach. I try to keep it out of the water, but there's still a little bit of water in that sand. So this one got a little bit rusty. Might need to pull it apart, redo it. But I gotta say, I cannot fault the Creighton. And where I work, the Creighton sells by far more than the Mojave, the Fire Team, the Notorious, the Outcast, or the Typhon. Maybe I'm forgetting one. I don't think so, but it's the best seller for the Arma 6S for sure. All right. So yeah, 6S Creighton. Never gonna get rid of one of these. I'll always have one of these. These are still just I don't know. Maybe they break a little more than a Notorious. Maybe. I've had really good luck with mine. Again, this car has been. You can see how shiny this chassis is. This is a black EXP chassis that's been literally buffed to nothing because of how many landings it's had in the sand. It's been fun. Let me know if you guys have any RC related comments, questions, or what you guys might be working on. I am we've been going about an hour and a half. Probably go another half hour or so. Unless yeah, this car's still good. Truthfully, I wish I had more guys around here that want to drive. I have so many cars. They're all ready to go. Unlike Rick's earlier in the show, Rick said, I think he said something like, pretty much all of my cars are broken now or something like that. So no, actually right now, pretty much all of my cars are working fine. I just don't have anyone to drive with. So it's kind of boring. Yeah, it's just boring. No one wants to drive alone. And to do these bashers, you got to go somewhere. So we could just go right out to the church parking lot or the field. I like this car still. Yeah, it might be time for it's been you know, when the last one was almost a year and 3 months now. So this has been a year and 3 months since I've even refreshed it. I haven't pulled a differential off, haven't put a bearing in. Because I remember last time I did it, I packed those diff cases so full of grease that people were giving me shit on Instagram. They're like, oh, that's too much. That's too much. I'm like, yeah, I know. It is, but I don't really care. It's just going to make a mess. It's not. I want to see how much leaks out. I was curious to see how well sealed the diff cases were. Well, very, very little leaked out. And it's over a year. So when I take it apart, my test will be ran. But I mean, anyone that has diffs that last a year on a 6S that treats it the way I do, I'm gonna make some pretty good shit. Truthfully, you just have to know how to set it up. Once you set these things up, these things are good to go. Man. All right. My friend Pirate Mike was here last week. He left a SCX24 in case anyone local is interested in buying one. $75. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. We were gonna crawl it tonight, but he said my buddy didn't show up, so I decided to not get the crawler course out. But yeah, if anyone's interested, maybe next week we'll get this one out. We'll get the crawler course out. Hopefully the battery will charge. It's brand new, but it might have been sitting for a little bit, so we just have to see how the battery's going to work with that. All right, guys. What's next? What do we got next? Oh, 4S Creighton, my V2 Creighton. I'm going to swap the tires out on this car. So this is the version 2 Creighton 4S. Man, I have not cleaned anything of mine, have I? I can't believe this. I used to take this stuff to the... I'd take it apart and clean it. I guess I just don't care anymore. Or too busy. All right, so this car, I actually haven't got a chance to drive it since we installed the Hot Racing steering stem. Steering stem. Hot Racing steering rack from Pirate. Pirate was kind enough to give me for Christmas earlier. So hopefully I'll drive that. I was going to put these X-Cons on there just because they're fun. But maybe not. Battery. I got one of my batteries done. That's great. Yeah, I've been charging batteries all night here in the garage while we've been talking RCs. Let me go switch that battery out real quick. Man, that one's going slow. And 3 amps. All right, let me know if anybody's still out there. Chat's gotten a little bit quiet. Love to hear from you guys. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch my Creighton tires over to these X-Cons. And I think I'm going to go and try to give this a... What is tomorrow? Oh, I don't have time to drive tomorrow. Still going to switch the tires out, though. Another good tire for these cars. Oh, let's see. Oh, so Rick's here. He's got something to say. I swapped the DR10 stock electronics into Sun's Rustler. Oh, yeah, that'll be a difference. Was that Rustler brushed before? Is that, and which do you, I think the stock electronics in that are like a 3000 kV Reedy motor. If that's the case, then that thing's going to be fast. Put an old 5700 Mamba system. Ooh, blew a tire. Dude, you got to be careful, man. Too much throttle, you'll blow them tires up, my friend. You know that. That's so cool. What was I going for here? Oh, there's other tires. Yeah, I was coming over to look at these tires. So actually, I'll do this comparison again. I think we've done this before. But if anyone's seen the version 1 Creighton, it's this. and it's the version 2 Creighton. Version 2 is quite a bit bigger, even though I have mine modded out. But these backflip tires came on the 4S Outcast. These are primo tires. These work great even on a 6S car to kind of lower the center of gravity. Like on my Creighton 6S, I like these 4S tires. If you have a 4S Creighton and wear out the tires, I highly recommend going to the 4S backflip, the D-boot backflips. But if you just want to dick around at the track a little, maybe use these Duratrax X-Cons. They're kind of a bigger knobby, but they work well. Handle much better than the stock tires for track situations or just any handling situation. So Rick, street bash without wheelie bar when accident happened. Oh, okay. This is a good. Thanks for bringing this up, Rick. So, when you have a drag car like Rick with a DR10, that's associated drag race 10 scale 2-wheel drive car, you can still just drive them around on the street. We sell a lot of, well, there's a Traxxas drag slash, which the slash is always the most popular thing anyway. So, the drag slash comes with an attachable wheelie bar. It's like a foot-long wheelie bar. Is that the same thing, Rick? Does the DR10 come with a long wheelie bar? And when you pull it off, how fun is it to rip? Because I know it's mostly a straight line car, but they still are a lot of fun for someone that just wants a fast car to rip around on asphalt. You were jumping? Oh yeah, so you were, I asked you, the DR10, you were still kind of roughhousing with it if I'm not mistaken. Because it's a drag car, but it's based on a short course chassis, same as the Slash. Every drag car, it's got like I forget what the short course wheelbase is, but that's what it is in 10 scale. So that is a fun way to go if you want an on-road car with kind of an off-road heritage. So it's a little bit sturdier, maybe, than a lot of on-road cars. Yeah, I do think, Rick, they still sell these Duratrax tires. I just think they're sold out most of the time. They're pretty inexpensive compared to most low-profile race-style tires. And I wouldn't really consider these a race tire. If I was seriously racing, I would not be using these. At least maybe in most situations. I'm not going to talk bad about them. I guess they're pretty good. But they're pretty inexpensive. They're kind of heavy. The Proline buckshots and hole shots I use seem to be a little bit lighter. But these are good for Creightons. They're a little heavier. So for a monster truck, they're great. So yeah, Rick says that the wheelie bar does limit the basher ability, and that makes perfect sense. But with 2 screws, he says you remove the wheelie bar, and all of a sudden you've got a car that went from being a drag race slingshot to something that you can kind of rip around on. And I guess obviously, like Rick's doing, he's jumping it in the yard, and he's also letting Toyota Tundras drive over it. So if you had missed the show earlier, I'm pretty sure it was a Toyota Tundra that got the front of Rick's associated DR10. All right. Yeah, this is like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I would say this is Mr. Hyde, and this is Dr. Jekyll. No, that's Mr. Hyde, that side. And you can tell me if you guys got a preference of what's you prefer. Monster trucky, truggy, monster truggy. Guys, thanks for joining us. It is the 31st. It's the final day of the month, which means I should be flipping the calendar, though I'm not sure if I'm going to flip the calendar today. Usually want to have more fanfare, and I want to have a guest in house to discuss the calendar flip. We can say goodbye to Miss March, Tanea White, and say hello to whoever Miss April is. But I'm not sure we're going to do that tonight. May just hold off to next week's show, if we even have a show. Yeah, this simple little tire swap does a lot to change this car. And another thing that does a lot to change this car, if you go on track, so I found this out, unfortunately, like the second time I ever drove this car, it was just there as a backup. I went to the track with Techno Buggy, Techno Truggy. Someone jumped the barrier on the track, got on the wrong line, and we head on. So I broke the trug. So then I was like, oh shit. I threw some tires on this, started driving it, and it was tough. But then I took some spacers out of the suspension to start lowering the, because this car doesn't have a lot of weight. It's only a composite chassis, so it's fairly light compared to my truggies. So with stiffer basher style suspension, sliding it into a corner, it would tend to roll over more than I wanted it to. So every practice I would pull a clip, because it's not threaded, but it's just clipped. So I'd pull a clip, and pretty much with every clip I was gaining about a half a second. And actually by the end of the day, this damn thing was running really well. I was so impressed with it. For $450 or whatever, sometimes less when they're on sale, I don't think you can do better. I really don't. And it'll run well on 3S if you don't want to invest in 4S batteries. You've currently only got 3S. And Rick says, Duratrax for El Nido ripping, larger for bashing. Yeah. The basher tires are great for landing off of big jumps and stuff. This can't, when we go out to launch them off the dunes and they're soaring miles through the air, whatever it is, these little tires, the wheels will they'll get warped. So definitely the stockers. These stockers are much sturdier. They're also much heavier. But they're big. They have a lot of cushion. So if you're just going straight and landing big airs, these are not bad. Or if you want to swap them onto a 6S, it'll give it a lower center of gravity, and they're sturdy enough, the wheel's sturdy enough to pretty much handle it. These Duratrax, the same as the Proline Buckshots, they're lightweight wheels. Yeah, these are cool. And probably my favorite are the 4S Outcast, because that has the D-boot back flips in 4S size, and those are some badass little tires. All right. Well, guys, it's been fun. I'm going to start wrapping it up, I think. As I start putting my cars away for the evening, because I don't want to leave the garage a mess. There's a slight chance I may do a show, or at least come down here and work tomorrow. If I have any energy left after the volleyball tournament, which I'm not playing in, I'll only be drinking. So that's going to be tough. Wow. Yeah, volleyball class in the morning, then a tournament with free drinks, but I'm just going to be chilling, drinking, and hanging out with my buddies. The Pirate Mike was supposed to be there tomorrow, but he has some things to attend to. He's going to go visit his dad, which is wonderful. Then he's going to do his taxes, which is not so wonderful. I say go visit your dad, and then the hell with the taxes. Let's go party. But you know, the pirate, he does his taxes. I guess when the pirate's got to do his taxes, he does his taxes. I hope the pirate's not doing his own taxes. Wow, that suspension's so stiff. That'll never work that way. This needs to be softened up. But that's easy. We can just pull some preload out of it and lower the ride height. Yeah, that thing is jacked right now. I probably have it set up for the dune jumps, and that's probably what it's Probably the last time we drove it. All right, guys. Put the Creighton 6S to bed. That's a good truck. Again, I don't drive it enough, but you know, don't always have a bunch of people around to drive with. I think it's boring to drive alone. I have so many Creighton tires. I'm looking at it. This is the old version 1 Creighton tires, the Minikawas. These aren't the best. These are decent if you're doing more road ripping, but these are not the best. For the second version Creighton, they put on the Copperheads, which is a mini version of their 6S tire. Who knows what this one is? Extra points if you guess, well, what model did this come off of? It's unique. It only came on one car. You should know this. Notorious. Later, dude. Time to go to bed, Notorious. You got to straighten your garage. 2 RCs in pieces isn't good. Rick, we have, oh man, we have a bunch of RCs in pieces down here. None of mine. I think all of mine are together. At Kevin's SCX 24s, we have several of them over there in pieces. Which, if anybody wants to come on the show and put them together, you're welcome to, and you could I'll probably give it to you if you get it together and run it. You can just take it home with you if it's running. And there's pretty much one with has all custom parts, all aluminum and brushless ESC motor set up. So really nice stuff. I just don't have time for it. Yeah, Rick, the 4S Creighton V2 is looking fast. It actually is pretty fast. I'm gonna go. I wish I had more time. I'm so busy this weekend. Next weekend, Rick, maybe try to come down here if you can. And let's just go out and have fun running, like doing silly stuff with it. We don't need to go to the track. Just go to one of the parks, set up my ramp, and we can hit the wooden ramp. That would even be great fun. I'm going to be headed out of here. It's about an hour, 45 minutes into the show. It's actually been pretty good. We didn't have a dropout, so the internet has worked the whole time. That's been great. Fortunately, the show's not been great. I wasn't prepared totally to be alone. Thought I was going to have a buddy here and we were going to do crawling, but sometimes it happens. Rick is going to be heading out. Good night, Rick. Thank you for joining in. And yeah, I'm going to call it a night, guys. It's been a fun time. We've done a few little projects. Nothing major, but it's been a good time. So I appreciate you guys calling in or joining in with us, join the chat. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up on JBRC Garage on Instagram, or message me here through the message function on any one of the posts I put up on YouTube on the community. I don't think we'll be doing a show tomorrow. When I think about it, I have a lot going on tomorrow. Maybe Sunday we'll do a midday show just from the garage, doing some fun stuff. Still want to do a live show out at the park one day during the day, and thought maybe last week that was happening with the pirate, but it just didn't happen. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Next week, if I don't do that show tomorrow, we will flip the calendar. I know March, today's the last day of March, so we'll flip it next time we're on the air. And I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. If you could please remember to like and subscribe. Maybe someday it'll get the channel to where we'd hope it to be. We just want to start reaching more people and in the RC community and having fun. Also, someday, hopefully, get involved with our motorcycle projects. I got a lot of motorcycle stuff I enjoy doing, possibly some car stuff. But thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to call it an evening for now. If you have anything to say, um, feel free to chat in because while I'm going to turn audio off, I'm going to take the mic off. Um, I'll see your chat. So if you guys have something to say while I'm cleaning up the garage, I'll jump back in and answer the chat. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. Oh yeah, remember to like and subscribe or dislike, even a thumbs down, something. Thank you. Maya, if you're up, I'll be coming home soon. Talk to you later. Yeah. But thank you, Danny. Thank you, Rick, for tuning in and all the chats. I really appreciate it. And I know it's not easy because Danny is not anywhere near our time zone. Um, I'm on the worst time zone for being live here because all of the East Coast, the Midwest is already asleep. Danny is even 5, 6 hours further than that. So, man, that's a real dude right there. Ho, ho, whoa, hey, ho, hey. Wow, we might be going into hour 2. So I usually do this show 2 hours, start around 8:15, and the first hour is regular show, the second hour is the After Dark episode. But we'll see. Shall I go a third episode, a third hour? Maybe I will. I really doubt it. Oh no, not at all. I have a big day tomorrow. I forgot about that. All right, guys. I just realized I have not eaten today and this evening, and we have a volleyball class in about 10 hours, followed by a good time tournament. All right, dudes, I'm out of here. Have a good one. See you later. Thank you, guys. Great people. Thank you so much. Have a good night.